welcome to another episode of Forging Better Humans, the podcast that will be the best podcast by the end of year 2022. Anyway, yeah, that was my intro. I hope you guys like that. So, supplementation, performing enhancers, different things like that. Something I wanted to talk about. It's been kind of on my mind. So, like, this one may even come across, this whole podcast might come across a little bit ranty. I haven't done a good ranty one in a while, so fuck it, let's go for it. So, it's like there's this, like, constant search out there, which I've touched on briefly in a lot of my other podcasts. Like, there's like a search for a magic pill or a shortcut to health and wellness and strength, right? And anybody in a strength-based sport will tell you that, like, without any of that shit, that's not a real thing, right? So there's discipline, there's commitment, there's consistency over time. That's how you get to these aesthetics that people are typically chasing, right? It's not something that you can just take a pill for. As much as we'd all like to just pop a pill and be good with it, it's probably never going to be a thing. So in this world of health and fitness, right, there's a lot of people that are, athletes and different things like that are looked up to. And it always happens along the road, someone gets popped for enhancement use, right? And here come the fucking armchair quarterbacks, man. They all come out of the woodwork. The soy boys and the frumpy chicks all piling on the old, I told you, and that's cheating, and I knew it, and there was no way he could do that without this and this and this, right? Fucking eye roll, bro. Latest in the bucket, Liver King, right? So, dude is massive, right? I don't know if you guys have seen Liver King. I'm pretty damn sure you have. At the end of the day, he's a marketing mouthpiece for a couple of companies. He does it really, really well. And why can I say that he does it really, really well? Because I'm going to say the majority of you guys listening to this podcast know who he is. I don't have to have you look him up or give you a link or any of that type of stuff. You're going to know who Liver King is. And I'm just going to go with that. So, dude's a specimen. I mean, he lives large, he lives loud, he's controversial, makes a tons of videos out there, typically like chewing on a piece of liver or eating the balls out of some animal or something, right? But like, it gets views, it gets a lot of attention, but he's literally the definition of effective marketing. Let's talk about that. Living large, loud, and controversial on a video. The definition of marketing. Talk to any marketing guru out there, that's the first thing they're going to tell you to do. Do those things, do it on a reel, get it out there every single day. Dude follows like the normalest marketing protocols that you can find, right? But everybody tears him down about it. So let's break down these complainers, right? These guys were, he recently, something came out recently, I guess he had a email attachment that came out that showed that he was doing HGH, right? So I'm going to throw this, it was a leaked email or it was a leaked document. I'm going to put quotes around leaked because in the marketing world, there's no such thing as leaked. Everything is done intentionally. So whatever you read or whatever you saw, it was intentionally put out there. Now, to what end? I don't know. But I know that we're having this conversation right now and a lot more of you folks know who Liver King is, and he does have products to sell. So take that for whatever you want to take it for. So for the first couple of days or the first day or so, a lot of my buddies that are pretty strong dudes are coming out, I can't believe you guys fell for the whole, I just eat liver and balls and I'm jack type guy. And it was kind of funny. I don't mind guys that are living the lifestyle to come in and throw some jabs at a dude like that. Because, he does kind of say that this is all I do is eat liver and balls and I look like this. But anybody who's done this for more than a fucking week knows that it takes a lot more than just eating liver and balls to become like jacked as fuck. So like we all know and we knew there was more to it. And guys who run their own businesses and have their own marketing type things, they understand what marketing is all about. So like you get it, you understand the image and you understand the game that's being played. It's not really that difficult to see. But the whole, what happened was this morning I had this guy, one of these Instagram guys comes up and he's just a fat piece of shit soy boy fuck. and he's got his little document. It looks like he printed out the document that the HGH Discovery was on, and he was snapping it into the frame. So I popped it open and I listened to it, and he's like, what the fuck is this? What is this? What is this, right? This is a dude that has done nothing in his life, right? Complaining that Liver King was lying to him about HGH. So it kind of like a, you know, everything that he's never been able to do anything in his life because he knew that Liver King was lying to him, and now he had record that he could just sit on the couch for the rest of his fucking life by snapping this document and saying HGH was the reason that he looks like that. There's no reason for me to get off the fucking couch. Man, I got a problem with that. That's when I was like, I feel like I need to say something now, because that predominantly is like our culture. It's like, what do you guys do? Anytime you see something like this, you fucking pile on, you trash him and tear him down. Why? Because you can never get to his level to fucking begin with. You don't have the commitment or the discipline to get to that level without the performance enhancers. The whole normal fucking day-to-day effort that it takes to be generally healthy is very difficult in our American society, and you don't have the fucking strength or commitment to do it anyway. So you see somebody like this and you're like snapping a fucking document on Instagram saying, this is why I'm a fat piece of shit. And to me, that just blows my fucking mind, because that's not a one-off guy. That's a lot of you dudes out there that are doing that kind of shit. And I have a lot of fucking problem with that. You honestly think that anybody off the street can come in, take steroids and HGH on day one, and in a couple of weeks be a fucking massive monster of a fucking man? You are fucking out of your mind. And even though you know that's not possible, right? Even though, however, strong folks out there, the guys that all have the aesthetics that you're chasing, you sit there and you're jealous about these fucking guys all the time, and you think you can just grab a fucking needle and stick it in your arm, but you've never done it, right? You've never taken any other supplementation to try to get to that point anyway. So you're going on some kind of fallacy that like that's a way to go. And so when you find this information, you find out that, yeah, that's what he did. You're completely discounting the amount of work that this guy's put in, or these athletes have put in, right? Now, well, I don't care what side of the fence you're on, whether you're pro steroids, pro HGH, or pro natty. It really doesn't matter, but there's a level of work that has to be maintained first, right? There's a metric ton of fucking work and discipline that goes into an amazing physique. There just is. You're not going to be able to start out on day one. Goal-driven, purpose, sacrifice, nutritional balance, extensive training, all of these things still must be adhered to. The work still has to be done. So many times I've seen guys jump on the TRT train, or they jump on a steroid train, and they were already half-assing their training. They're a frumpy fat piece of shit anyway. They're barely getting anywhere in life, right? They half rep it in the fucking gym. They come every once in a while. They're not getting any results, and their buddy talks them into shooting up some gear. Or they talk this dude down the road that's like, hey man, go to this guy, this clinic over here will put you on TRT, right? And then what happens? It's not effective. It doesn't work. And they cycle in and out of that, and they treat that the same way that they treated their training, right? Lazy, half-ass. They barely take the TRT on time. They don't train with it. They try to make sure that they try to create this magic pill out of it. And it never fucking works, right? I also see plenty of morbidly obese, lazy folks grabbing their pitchforks every single time they see somebody like this, right? This has to stop. You have issues that you need to deal with. And apparently you've decided to stay fat because Liver King used HGH, get the fuck out of here. Stay fat and useless, who cares? Supplementation has its place. It's typically, like that whole spot right there probably needs to be cut out. Supplementation has its place. It's typically after a rigorous balance of training and nutrition has been maintained for a long period of time. For most of us, that rigorous balance is enough because it's affordable and it's effective. And what I mean by affordable and effective, I don't have to go to a clinic to get testosterone. I don't have to go to some sketchy fucking place to get steroids, right? It's affordable in that, like, all I really need to do is put my fucking head down and do hard work. But I have to do that first, right? And it's effective if we do it every single day. It's very effective. And we can create a very natural, beautiful physique and aesthetics with no use of gear, with no use of performance enhancers, right? It takes a long time to develop that lifestyle and get the body moving in that direction, right? To start creating that really beautiful aesthetic that we're looking for, or that performance style body that we're looking for, those types of things that we're looking to do. So wherever you are on the fence of performance enhancers, right? You've got to keep in mind, it's called a performance enhancer, meaning it's enhancing performance. The first thing is performance. You already need to be performing. You can't just jump and throw an enhancer on top of it and not be performing, right? There's a ton of fucking work in that first word of performance enhancing. Performance. That's what I do. I train athletes at my facility for performance. I bring you up and I put you in a training facility and we work with you over time to get you performing at optimal levels, right? We're not enhancing that performance with drugs or supplementation. We're performing, right? We're getting you used to committing to a lifestyle. We're getting you used to performing at an optimal level because your nutrition levels are high and good. You're eating the right foods. You're getting the right amount of sleep. You're doing a really good, rigorous training, committed protocol, right? Some guys will decide to enhance it later in their training careers down the road, and I don't judge that based on the amount of knowledge they have of the work and the commitment that it takes just to be performing. But they didn't put the cart in front of the fucking horse. They didn't start out with the enhancer, right? They started out with the performance. And performance is a ton of fucking work, and it's years for some people to get performing to a level that they decide that, you know what, a little bit more might be better. You can't say a little bit more might be better on the front end, right? But it's super fun for all you guys to just jump on and tear somebody down. Anybody out there that appears to be successful and there ends up with a little rip or a little bit of a tear in their curtain, and you get to see behind what they do, right? And they see that one little thing, like your fucking house is clean, like every little thing that you do is so fucking perfect, right? It's terrible the way that we treat people in this society when we see one little thing and just completely discounting the amount of success that person's had, the amount of work and commitment and dedication they've put into their craft, right? The dude's a fucking marketer. I don't really care if it's Liver King or whoever it is that's out there. If they're working at a successful high level, it's like some kind of fucking weird magnet for you weirdo lazy fucks to like cue in on this guy and find something to tear them down instead of finding things that are very positive about what they're trying to do. That just fucking disgusts me. I can't get past that. Like, it just really bugs me. Yes, it was a little bit funny, but that, you know, a couple of my boys and their jokes, but they get old after a while when it's like you start to realize this is just our culture. Our culture is just tearing people down all the fucking time. Nobody gets any fucking support. So if you haven't done anything in your life, right? If you've done nothing in your life and you're sitting on the couch and you're going to start bashing on somebody, maybe it's best for you to just sit the fuck down. Put your head back in the grain trough and leave life for those of us that want to fucking live it, right? Just stay the fuck out of the way. We've got shit to do, right? And if you're ready to perform, I'm here to help. I want to help you. I want to get you to that level of performance where someday, maybe 2-3 years down the road, 4 or 5 years down the road, if you want to take an enhancer, it's actually effective, right? Because you've already done the effective work. You've already done all of the commitment and discipline and stuff. That'll be later down the road. But in the meantime, if you're ready to just simply perform, to fucking be better, I'm here to help you out. It's going to be a long, hard road. A long, hard road. And it will not be fucking easy, I promise you. And I know that because I do it, right? The results will be worth it after that long, hard road, right? And you decide to enhance somewhere on that journey, we'll have that conversation later. But first, man, let's not just immediately tear people down because we caught them doing performance-enhancing drugs without first understanding how much it took for them to get to where they are to make that enhancer actually enhance, right? It's a fucking joke, guys. Don't fall into this trap of tearing people down and then not doing anything with your life. There are a lot of successful people out there that are doing a lot of great things. Nobody's fucking perfect, right? And this whole instance right here is probably going to come out in his favor. Probably will, because it's just marketing at the end of the day, right? Put in the work first, guys. Decide who you want to be and go fucking get it. And the other side of that, if you need help trying to go fucking get it, I'm here to help you out. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm all about. I love this game. I love everything about it. I like people who are performing at a top level, and if I can help you get there or even help you start developing your performance levels, come in here, see me, talk to me. I'm here every single day. That's the episode for the day. And yeah, moving on.